more choice, more promotion, more margin games, more reasons for customers to distrust the shelf. Costco's bargain is simpler and more demanding. Pay us first, then judge us every visit. That is not a trick. It is a burden the company must carry constantly. Now the business model returns to the first question. Why charge people before they shop? Because the fee is not the product, it is the discipline mechanism. It funds patience. It reinforces loyalty. It turns traffic into a relationship instead of a transaction. And it lets Costco make money from the system around the basket, not only the basket. That is the membership machine. A low-price promise backed by a recurring test. No retailer copies it by adding a fee at checkout. They would have to rebuild what the fee is protecting. Subscribe for the next machine hidden inside a company. The next one may look nothing like retail. Because sometimes the margin is not on the shelf. It is in the system around it. Follow the system, and the margin tells you where the business truly lives. The receipt looks ordinary. A cart rolls out. A member scans a card and disappears into daylight. But Costco's membership machine is already working before the first product crosses the register. That is the business model nobody copies, even when the numbers sit in public filings. Most people think the trick is bulk products, concrete floors, and prices that feel unusually low. The products matter, but they are not the quietest part of the machine. To see the system, start with a simple question. Why charge people before they shop? A normal retailer earns after the sale. Costco collects a fee before the sale begins. But wait. The quiet part comes later, when that fee changes every decision inside the warehouse. Costco says it operates membership warehouses, selling quality goods at lower prices to members. That sentence sounds plain. It is not. It puts membership before merchandise. A supermarket can carry about 30,000 items. Costco keeps roughly 4,000 stock-keeping units. Fewer choices mean deeper buying. Deeper buying means stronger leverage with suppliers. The aisle feels sparse by design. The empty space is part of the math. Every pallet must justify itself. Every item competes for a rare square of warehouse attention. That pressure creates the first visible promise. Lower prices without pretending retail is generous. There was something stranger under the receipt. The customer had already paid for access. Costco reported 81.0 M paid members and 145.2 M total cardholders. Those people are not just shoppers. They are a recurring base, renewed again and again. In the US and Canada, renewal reached 92.3% in fiscal 2025. Worldwide, the renewal rate was 89.8%. That is the heartbeat of the model. A normal retailer asks the market to return tomorrow. Costco asks members to renew the relationship. Merchandise margins can stay tight while fee revenue keeps arriving. Net sales were $269,912. Membership fees were $5.323. And this was only the beginning. Operating income that year was $10.383. Membership fees were not the same as profit. They still sat beside enormous operating costs. But compared with operating income, that fee line was too large to ignore. It explained why the low price promise could be more than a marketing sentence. Costco could pressure product margins because the warehouse was not the only profit layer. Look at the floor: concrete, steel racks, pallets stacked like walls. Spend less on theater. Spend more on throughput. A traditional store sells choice. Costco sells confidence that the chosen item is worth buying. If you thought that was the trick, hold that thought. The next layer is more disciplined. If this model is clicking, leave a like. It helps this series find builders. Kirkland's signature turns that discipline into a brand customers learn to trust. The private label is not just cheaper packaging. It is a margin and loyalty tool. When the member trusts the warehouse, fewer items can feel like less risk. Less risk means faster baskets. Faster baskets mean stronger volume through fewer doors. The business starts to look less like a store and more like a controlled flow system. Products move in bulk. Members move in loops. Cash moves through a recurring toll gate. What happened next is where the machine becomes clearer. The fee changes shopper psychology. Once people pay to enter, they want to recover value from that payment. The membership becomes a quiet nudge. Come back. Buy more. Make the fee feel rational. That does not mean members are trapped. It means the value promise must keep proving itself. Every renewal is a vote. Every expired card is a warning. That warning keeps the company honest in a way advertising cannot. Raise prices too aggressively, and the membership feels worse. Hold value, and renewal protects the system. This is why the model is harder than it looks from outside. The part nobody copies sits inside the operating choices, not inside the plastic card. Anyone can charge a fee. Few retailers can make the fee feel fair. To make it fair, the customer must believe the savings are real. To make savings real, the company must simplify what ordinary retailers complicate.
That means fewer products, larger purchase orders, faster turns, and brutal control over distractions. It also means saying no to profitable clutter that would make the warehouse feel ordinary.
Most retailers hate that trade-off. They want more shelves, more brands, more ways to upsell.
Costco built a machine around the opposite instinct: earn trust by removing noise. There was something hidden in the renewal number. Trust was not soft, it was financial. Executive members made the signal even louder in fiscal 2025. They represented 73.6% of worldwide net sales, according to Costco's annual filing. Those members pay more, but receive a 2% reward on eligible purchases. The maximum was $1,250 under Costco's stated program. The offer pulls heavy shoppers deeper into the loop. Intent is valuable because retail usually burns money trying to create it. Why nobody copies? It becomes clearer when you follow the incentives. A normal retailer cannot suddenly remove thousands of products without scaring customers. It cannot charge access unless customers already believe the prices will justify it. Would you pay a fee for lower margins or ask why prices were high? It cannot promise extreme value if its stores depend on promotions and product complexity. And it cannot create renewal loyalty overnight. Renewal is earned slowly, receipt by receipt. This is the uncomfortable part. Costco's moat is boring because the work is boring. Buying, warehouse, labor, and inventory discipline. The machine runs on repeated restraint. And the story does not end with a fee. It reaches the supplier table. Suppliers know Costco can move volume. Volume gives the buyer leverage. Leverage can become lower prices. Lower prices protect renewals. Renewals bring predictable traffic. Predictable traffic gives suppliers another reason to accept the pressure. A flywheel forms, but it is not magical. It is mechanical. It is mechanical. The same wheel can also punish the company if trust weakens. Because when a membership business breaks faith, the customer does not just buy less. The customer can stop renewing. That is a cleaner, colder signal. In a moment, the weak spot appears. The machine depends on one fragile word: value. Costco can raise a membership fee, but it cannot raise doubt at the same time. A fee increase only works if members still feel the warehouse is on their side. Welcome, we're on your side. That is why the model is not free money. It is a contract of trust. The contract is renewed in small moments: fuel, rotisserie chicken, bulk paper, pharmacy, tires. It is renewed when a member sees a price and feels protected. It is damaged when the aisle feels ordinary or the receipt feels too heavy. Retailers copy visible tactics. They copy private labels, warehouse racks, and big packages. Wait, if you thought loyalty removed risk, it gets worse. Loyalty also raises expectations. A member who pays upfront becomes more demanding, not less. That demand is the pressure valve. It forces the company to keep proving the fee. This explains the apparent contradiction at the center of Costco. The company sells merchandise with pressure on margins, yet builds power from membership economics. Merchandise costs were $239,886 against net sales of $269,912. Selling goods was massive. But mass alone was not the story. The real story was how fee revenue sat beside the low-margin engine. The part nobody sees is the trade-off. Costco monetizes loyalty, then spends trust on price. That is why the model nobody copies is not just a membership card. It is a full operating system: limited selection, volume buying, recurring fees, and renewal pressure. Copy one piece, and the model looks easy. Copy all pieces, and the company changes. For many retailers, that change is too painful. Their stores were built for a different bargain.